Welcome to NBA Jam!
It's showtime. This is Darkside2K7, aka Son of Sky Chaser. Well, with what's going on in the world right now, what with the ongoing riots, protests, politics, and Corona charm, the one thing Americans like myself need it right now is sports. Any kind of sports will do. Professional, amateur, hell, even esports. You know, that's like video game sports like Madden, NBA 2K, NHL, Mutant Football League, if you get that sort of thing, etc., etc. That's what everyone wants to get away. Wants to get away from the daily bullshit in the real world. There are some sports channels on cable TV that does that, but only one cable channel fails to do that. And that is ESPN, or as the best sports shit poster urinating calls it, ESPN, an association of locals, which they are. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to Urinating Tree, and please check out his channel on YouTube. He is a funny shit poster in the world of sports. He will throw, if you want someone to talk shit about your team in a comedic and funny way, he's your guy. Yes, I know this is shameless silly. Sue me. Well, you see, back in the day, ESPN was the king of the sports world. Likeable personalities, real-time stats, great programming, breaking news stories, whether a player got traded, a player got injured, all that, or a player breaking records, all that. That's what made ESPN what it is. I always tune in to get my sports fix. Hell, I even get my sports fix on the go with on my phone. Well, that was then, and this is now. Fast forward to the present, ESPN has become a hollow shell of its former self. Instead of talking on sports stories that people actually care about, they have gone the political left and start bringing in identity politics into the talking points. You know, the one thing that everyone on either side of the political spectrum hate. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. The height of it came during the 2016-2017 NFL season, where former San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick, I can't believe I'm saying his name, but whatever, decided to take a knee during the national anthem in a preseason game to protest police brutality. That is where the network went down here. And ever since then, they have been running talking points of the most tired yet awful topics. The most overused one they talk about is racism, sexism, the wage gap, and calling out on Trump. And also, there's also that one incident where Jemele Hill decided to go after Jerry Jones. Decided to go after Jerry Jones of all people because I don't know. And well, we all know what happened to her. I mean, as a sports fan myself, I don't want this in my sports network. If I want to hear those types of fucking topics, I watch CNN. And I hate CNN.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
And when they do, I'm dead serious. And when they do talk about sports, they only focus on one person they drew over, and that is the king, LeBron James, who became a basketball player and he became a social justice warrior. Y'all trying to say, oh, he's not, but he is. He is. Trust me. Yeah, this is the man who called out Lauren Ingram on Fox News, who tells her to shut up and dribble. In her defense, I would have told her the same thing too. But when China tells him to do it, he does it without a second thought. He's also the man who called out Daryl Morey, the GM of the Houston Rockets, uneducated due to his Morey's tweet supporting the Hong Kong protests, which is funny because it's kind of funny. I find it very funny how he called a man who graduated from Harvard which is one of those smart schools, uneducated. And yeah, LeBron is one person on ESPN who personally, who the ESPN person that will defend and promote. He's also the one where ESPN keeps bringing up the tired ass MJ versus LeBron James debate. Spoiler alert: a prime MJ would beat LeBron James in a one-on-one game, and in Jordan's era. But that's his honest opinion. And then there was that one time where he called out New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees on the whole national anthem talking point. And like the good flock they are, ESPN made an article about Drew Brees' comments, calling them controversial. Yeah, I don't believe what Drew Brees said was controversial. Controversial in my honest opinion, because if last time I checked, everyone wasn't entitled to your own opinion. But see, though we're in this stupid ass climate right now, if you say something that doesn't fit the other sideline, then it's considered controversial, and you get hit with all kinds of bullshit. So yeah, but they'll do whatever. But I guess it whatever it takes to get clicks. I guess. Let's keep going. No, last Wednesday, the network has been bleeding viewers heavily in the past few months. Last Wednesday, ESPN has hit a 41-year ratings low all time. Their best show, First Take, that features Stephen A. Stay Off the Weed Smith and Max. I Have a Punchable Face Kellerman. Yeah, it lost the viewer ratings to CNET's Jay Leno's Garage and Cartoon Network's Craig and the Creek. I'm sorry, but when your number one sports talking show lose to a cartoon show, which I actually like, you fucked up big time, man. And over the years, they have been losing millions and millions of viewers since they went the liberal route and injecting progressive victimology into their talking points. Most of the millions of conservative viewers who want to watch sports. Most of the million viewers are conservative viewers who want to watch sports and cord cutters who went to the streaming section of the entertainment. But for the sake of argument on this video, let's take a look at the former and not the latter. ESPN, which, mind you, is bought and owned by Disney. The guys who try to make an entertainment monopoly on everything they can get their hands on, thought that they don't need conservative viewers to make a profit. But like Michael Jordan once said, and I quote, "Republicans buy sneakers too." He's not wrong. Republicans do buy sneakers too. Therefore, by following the leftist agenda, they are alienating half of their revenue, aka conservative consumers, in which they have to heavily rely on social media like Twitter and Facebook to get people to click and watch their shit. And also, let's be real, what these companies need to realize, Twitter is not your friend. Yeah, you can try to get them on your side, but they can turn on you just like that. But, they never listen, they never learn, and it keeps biting in their ass over and over again. And not only that, they have to spend billions of dollars in contracts on sports organizations to broadcast their games on live TV. If you look into the revenue of ESPN, advertisers only make up 1/3 of their revenue, while the 2/3 comes from the subscriptions, which they heavily rely on. Why you think subscriptions to ESPN Plus is always jacked up? They jacked up the prices so they can stay afloat, Now, here's the part I don't get about this whole situation. ESPN is in and of itself a business, and most business bosses are, conservatives because, they want money. And who works hard to earn it? Conservatives. I mean, yeah, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Besides, capitalism is king. King. It's also, I mean, hell, it's also the reason why there has been many layoffs on ESPN. The reason why there are so many layoffs at ESPN is because, well, they have to get rid of people to save a few bucks. I know, gritty, yes, kind of messed up, but you know, sometimes you gotta make some serious cuts, man. But you know, nowadays ESPN is still on the air, but they still haven't changed their ways. But unfortunately for them, a wave of sports channels on YouTube are on the rise. Some of these sports channels, so people being avid sports loving fans who likes to you know, talk about sports and do one of their unique predictions and all that. And again, there's also Urinated Tree, who also make videos of doing the good stuff, including his famous sports ball videos during the NFL season, which are very good, by the way. You should definitely check it out. Okay, enough of shilling, you know. And then there's others who tend to take sports a little bit too seriously. I'm probably gonna get hate on that one, but you never know nowadays. Will ESPN? Now, the big question on everyone's mind is this: will ESPN change heading into this new decade? Probably not. You see, ESPN is one of those too big to fail type companies, and they won't change their business model until it threatens its bottom line. Meaning that they will continue to bleed viewers every week, and they will still spout the same damn talking points until the freaking cows come home. I only glance at ESPN once in a while I'm channel surfing, but other than that, I hardly watch the channel lately. The one program that I watched last month, so The Last Dance, and that was a rating success for ESPN. But then I turned into the internet and YouTube to get my much needed sports fix from people who aren't the talking heads with their own personal agenda. One can only hope they change, but asking that ESPN focus on sports and nothing else is the same thing people keep telling Cowboy fans to shut the fuck up about. This year the Cowboys will win the Super Bowl. It's just not gonna happen. I know it, you know it, everyone knows it, but not Dallas, man. They're always trying to find a way. So in short, I think that ESPN, they are just gonna keep on doing with this whole thing. And given how the ESPYs is gonna be coming on this Sunday, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be awarding the Arthur Ashe Award to Colin Kaepernick, because what's happening here and the whole Black Lives Matter bullshit. You know, I'm getting sick and tired of this, and I'm black too. So we'll see. So we'll definitely see what happens. Alright, that's it for this video. So I will catch you later. Until next time, this is Darkside2K7, aka Sonic Sky Sister. Peace. I have some breaking news, everyone. Kyrie Irving has been in talks with players of the Nets in a group chat to try to urge other players in the NBA to form their own league. Well, which I think it sounds good on paper. There's a couple of reasons why he wanted this. A couple of reasons. One, he wanted to prove that he was a better player than LeBron James. Number two, he's sick and tired of the media, including ESPN, to only talk about LeBron James every time in every one of their talking points. I feel you on that one. And number three, he wants the mainstream credibility. Now, okay, we can all agree that both parts, the first two parts was actually true, and the third one, well, I just put it in for well, pretty much a combination of both shits and giggles, and just being a bit of an asshole about it. Yep, pretty much those two. This is a bold strategy on his part, but I would like to see how well this is going to play off. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see. After all, building a league is going to take a lot of time, energy, and a shit ton of money. But we'll see how this plays out. Again, that is all. I will see you later in the next video. Peace.